I will challenge you with this, and I want you to think about it in this way. I'm going to draw some similarities between life and baseball. See, baseball is a unique sport. Baseball is a sport that combines personal discipline. It's a sport that combines team discipline. And it's a sport that brings in a resilience and demands a resilience like no other sport out there. There's no other sport out there that has a season like baseball where you play 162 games a year. There's no other sport out there where you practice day in and day out, where you work day in and day out just to stay at the top of your game. And the top of your game may only be batting .333. The top of your game may only be getting it right 1 in every 3 tries. But if you can keep it right 1 in every 3 tries, you're considered a great baseball player. You finish your career with a .300 batting average, you're considered a great baseball player. See, here's the thing about life is how many times do we draw a hard hand? We're dealt a hard hand. Something goes wrong and we think, man, I really got it wrong this time. I messed up this time. But then all of a sudden you get something right. And it feels good, right? All of a sudden you're back at the top. You're back on top of the world. You're on top of that mountain. Man, I got it right this time. 1 out of 3 times. Let me tell you, you're doing pretty good if you get it right 1 out of 3 times. Because here's the thing about baseball and life alike is that they both have those mountains and those valleys. And you can be on top of that mountain for so long. A baseball player can be on a 30-game hitting streak. And it's a great accomplishment to be on that 30-game hitting streak. You can be just everything. That baseball looks like a beach ball coming across that plate. You lay the lumber to it, send it out in the field, and you run those bases. And you can do that for so long and be on top of that mountain. And all of a sudden, something just doesn't click right. All of a sudden, just the swing gets off a little bit. Your timing gets off a little bit, and you start down that mountain. You start seeing that average drop. You start seeing that slugging percentage drop. You start seeing that on-base percentage drop. And you get in your own head and you make it worse on yourself. You think, man, what am I doing wrong? I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I'm losing it. I just don't have it anymore. What can I do to fix it? And it seems like nothing you can do fixes the slump you're in. Life is the same way. You can be cruising along, things just be going just butter smooth, and all of a sudden you hit a hard place. Or all of a sudden something happens that you weren't expecting. A bill comes in you weren't expecting, you're low on money. Or you get some stress you weren't expecting at work, and all of a sudden you're not sure about your job. You have stress that hits your family, and suddenly you're not sure about your family. You're not sure about your relationship, and you start falling down that mountain. You start tumbling down that mountain. You thought, man, well, everything's just going wrong. Everything's going wrong. What can I do? Nothing you seem to do seems to work. But then eventually you hit the bottom. And when you hit the bottom, you have 2 choices in baseball and life. You can lay there and complain and look back up and think, man, I was so great at one point. I was up there. I was batting .333. I had this many home runs, this many steals, this many. Every number could be right. You can look up and long for what you used to have and not actually work to get it back. We do the same thing in life. You can look at what you had and think, man, I lost all of that. And you can long for it, even be jealous of what you used to have, but not actually work for it. Or when you hit that bottom, you can say, hey, this is the bottom. I'm going to reestablish right here. I'm going to dig into this batter's box. I'm going to plant my feet. I'm going to take my cuts, and I'm going to work my way back up to the top of that mountain. Right? I'm going to get back to the top of that league. I'm going to lead this league in RBIs. I'm going to lead this league in hits. I'm going to lead this life with me in charge. I'm going to lead this life following God and doing what I know to do is right, and it's all going to be okay. I'm going to pick myself up by the bootstraps. I'm going to tighten the cleats. I'm going to step back into that box, face that next pitch that's coming at me, knock it out of the park, and all is right again. But see, you have to make that decision. You have to decide if you're going to give up and if you're just going to let life pass you by. If you're going to let that next fastball pass you by and strike you out. Or are you going to stand up, stand firm, dig yourself out of it, and say it all changes today? The game of life, the game of baseball, you have the same choice. You got to make that decision, plant your feet, look that pitcher in the eye, and say, send me your best shot. Send me your best pitch. I'm about to knock it out of the park. Or you're going to sit there and watch it go by, be called struck out looking, get that backwards K, hang your hat, and never get back to where you could be. That's your choice. Whether it's baseball, life, or anything else. That's your choice. What are you going to do?